Breaking headlines say radioactive shrimp and Walmart recalls hit 13 states. So, how did radioactive cesium-137 end up in your shrimp story? Is this Fukushima all over again, or is it something else? Today, I'll show you exactly what the FDA found, which bags are being affected, and why this is actually a processor problem from Indonesia, not California waters and not your local fishermen. And for my Gulf Coast people, this might be a rare moment where Louisiana shrimp can step in and shine.
What actually happened? Here are the facts. United States Customs flagged shipments of imported shrimp for radiation screening at 4 ports: Los Angeles, Houston, Savannah, and Miami. The Food and Drug Administration then tested multiple products from a company in Indonesia called PT, Bahari Makmur Sejati, also known as BMS Foods. One sample of breaded shrimp tested positive for cesium-137 at about 68 becquerels per kilogram. Those products were denied entry. They never made it to shelves. But because other shipments from the same processor were already in the supply chain, even though those specific lots did not test positive, the Food and Drug Administration recommended precautionary recalls. 2 major recalls followed. First, Southwind Foods, a distributor based in California, pulled several brands including Sandbar, Arctic Shores, Best Yet, Great American, and First Street. These were sold between July 17th and August 8th in Alabama, Arizona, California, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Utah, Virginia, and Washington. Second, Walmart issued a recall for its Great Value brand 2-pound bags of raw, easy peel shrimp, size 21 to 25 per pound. The affected lot codes are 8005540, 1-800-5538, 1, and 800-5539, 1, with a best by date of March 15, 2027. These were sold between July 28th and August 7th across 13 states, including Louisiana, Texas, Florida, and Georgia. Finally, the Food and Drug Administration placed BMS Foods on a new import alert, known as the Red List. That means all future shipments are automatically blocked until the company proves it has fixed the root cause of contamination. Now let us clear up the biggest myth. Some people immediately thought, this must be Fukushima radiation drifting across the Pacific. Regulators did not say that. Here is why. A Fukushima fingerprint usually shows cesium-134 alongside cesium-137, but the advisory discussed only cesium-137. That is a different signature. We also know that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration studied Pacific tuna years ago and did find tiny Fukushima signals near United States shores. But those levels were very small, measured in low becquerels per kilogram, and they have been steadily diminishing ever since. Today's monitoring typically finds very low or non-detectable levels in United States seafood. Bottom line, this case points to a very specific Indonesian processor and shipment, not a broad contamination of the Pacific Ocean so far. How radioactive is 68 becquerels per kilogram? The Food and Drug Administration measured 68 becquerels per kilogram in one detained sample. To put that into context, the agency's official safety threshold, the derived intervention level, is 1,200 becquerels per kilogram. That is nearly 20 times higher. In other words, the level detected was not enough to trigger an acute health warning. But regulators want to keep long-term exposure as low as reasonably achievable. That is why they block contaminated products from commerce, even at lower levels. What to check in your freezer? So what does this mean for you at home? Here is the checklist. First, Walmart shoppers. If you bought Great Value brand 2-pound bags of raw easy peel shrimp, size 21 to 25 per pound with the best by date March 15, 2027, and any of the following lot codes, 800-5540, 1-800-5538, 1 or 800-5539, 1, do not eat them. Return them or throw them away. Second, Southwind Foods products. If you picked up shrimp between July 17th and August 8th under the brands Sandbar, Arctic Shores, Best Yet, Great American, or First Street, and you live in Alabama, Arizona, California, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Utah, Virginia, or Washington, play it safe. When in doubt, do not eat it. California shrimp? Not quite. Here's another point of confusion. Southwind Foods is based in California, so some headlines made it sound like this was California shrimp. That is not the case. The shrimp at issue were processed in Indonesia. The location of the distributor does not equal the location of harvest or processing. The opportunity for Gulf and Louisiana shrimp. Now let us talk opportunity. Retailers hate uncertainty. When supply chains raise questions, it becomes a chance for domestic producers to step up. For shrimpers in Louisiana and across the Gulf Coast, this is a trust moment. Clear origin labeling, wild-caught Louisiana, is powerful. Pair it with a simple certificate of analysis. That is just a one-page sheet showing a basic radionuclide screen and standard contaminant checks. Post it online or link it through a QR code right on the package. This mirrors the Food and Drug Administration's emphasis on documented controls. And if you are a producer, pitch your products first to the regions hit hardest by the recalls. The Walmart states, the Southwind states. Have your replacement products ready to slot in. This is not fear-mongering. This is filling the shelf with trusted, local, traceable seafood. If you already ate shrimp recently, so what if you already ate shrimp in the past month? The Food and Drug Administration emphasizes that no positive product entered United States commerce. Recalls are precautionary. If you are worried, talk with your healthcare provider, but do not panic.
So no, this is not a Fukushima story. It's a very specific processor and supply chain story, and also a chance to support domestic Gulf caught shrimp. Louisiana shrimp is delicious, especially when it's the sweet, salty type at the right time of year. Delicious. Check your freezer. Share this video with a friend who stocks up on frozen seafood. Please drop a like. And if you are into radiation stories, consider subscribing. I'm going to do a little review on Fallout Season 2. Please let me know what you think in the comments section. Have a great day.